Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And today, it's Dominican Republic Weekly, episode 22, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, 22 episodes, and this one is very, very special. A new record. Hurricane from Beryl, the hurricane that just came by in the Dominican Republic, and some damage. And we're talking about some open skies agreement. If you don't know what that is, stay tuned because it's exciting. That just means lower prices by airfare. But let's get into it, shall we? And welcome. Stop struggling now, gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you so much for being here on the Stop Struggling Now YouTube podcast channel page. And please share the videos because you never know what information can help other people and your friends and family. And so, therefore, let's get into it, shall we? Because without further ado, we have to get to the Dominican Republic Weekly, and it's the SSN Nation YouTube channel page. Why? Because share the video as I've asked, and also they do show a few of our members of the channel over here on the right hand side. That's what YouTube does, and letting you know you can become a member of the channel by hitting the join button. And as a member under the community tab, you receive special messages specifically for you. You also receive 1 or 2 videos specifically for you during the month. And on Wednesday night live streams, only members with the icon can be in the chat room. And members can join me on any live stream because they receive a special link. And if there's members that are shy and you don't want to show your face, you can always turn off your camera. And since I use StreamYard, there's a link down below if you'd like to use StreamYard for live streams. And they, therefore, will put a emoji on the live stream for you. That's what StreamYard does if you turn your camera off, so you don't have to worry about uploading some image. Now, let's get into the first thing first. Some tragic has happened in the Dominican Republic because of the Beryl hurricane that just came by just a few days ago. And it looks like the headline is Boca Chica's tourist infrastructure devastated. This is outside of Santo Domingo, 30 to 45 minutes, depending on where you are in Santo Domingo when you leave. And 90% of Boca Chica's tourist infrastructure damaged. And of course, he called upon President Luis Abinader and Tourism Minister David Collado to urgently assist the community. Of course, that's all that they can do at this point. Then the mayor disclosed ongoing coordination meetings with business owners and various governmental bodies to assess damages and estimate required budgets for restoration efforts. I will say this, it's a good thing that they have been pouring billions of dollars from outside companies, meaning outside of the country of Dominican Republic, into the coffers of the Dominican Republic tourism government offices. So therefore, they should have money to help rehabilitate the infrastructure. So hopefully they'll be able to pull that off. There we go with the first things first. But let's get to better news. The Dominican Republic and United States signed historic open skies deal. Now, the weirdest thing is, even though they negotiated for the last year and they finally signed the agreement, Can you believe in the Dominican Republic, their government has to approve it? So that's very interesting. This agreement, which has been in negotiations for over 25 years, allows airlines from both nations to operate flights to any destination within the other country. That would indicate a lower price point because now some of those 737s, 777s, which they don't even have that often anymore, but anyhow, some of the newer planes, Airbus 320s, can fly from the Dominican Republic, be a company in the Dominican Republic, an airline, and then fly in. That would reduce because you're going to have higher competition. All right? That's a beautiful thing for everybody. But the thing is, here's the bottom line. The agreement is set to undergo routine administrative procedures and will require ratification by the Dominican Congress before it can be implemented. So therefore, there's no fast track here. So how long is that going to take? Is that 3 months? Is that 6 months? Is it another year? Well, all I can tell you, the tourist boom continues. So therefore, no matter when it happens, even if it's in the next year from now, the tourism industry has been flourishing without them. And speaking of flourishing, there is a project, Paseo del Sendero Group, environmentally focused housing project inside Vista Cana. And in case you missed the last video live stream where we had $119,000 for a 1-bedroom, 1-bath in a complex called Seven Palms, and it's across the street from the man-made beach, the second man-made beach inside Vista Cana. This project is inside, and I'm glad that they're trying to do some sort of, let's call it environmental friendly production, right? So once again, more than 35% of Vista Cana's urbanization is dedicated to green spaces, and there is a hidden project. This Zayas has been on the drawing board for like 3 years. I've known about it. They have some awesome villas over here. So I'm trying to become a broker for them. So therefore, stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Once I find out, I will more than likely be presenting a Zayas Residences villa or project to you in the next coming month. So stay tuned for that. I just had to say that and show you what's going on. That's what they're thinking. And oh my, can you believe this? 6 million visitors by June. That's got to be another record, right? Let's see what they have to say. 758,000 tourists by air. Holy smokes. Which is 7% more than the record from 2023. People on podcasts, do you hear this? Investors, business, entrepreneurs, do you hear this number for the month of June? Holy smokes. This is unbelievable. This is another all-time record high. This also means from January to June, the country received 4.4 million tourists. And to be exact for everybody on podcast, 4,474,981 tourists. A growth of 9% compared to the same period of 2023. And keep in mind, 2023 was a record. So that means there is a new record this year. And that also means cruise record. The first 6 months saw 1,473,642 cruise passengers, registering growth of 16% compared to 2023. Another record, ladies and gentlemen. So this is very interesting that you can have an all-time record high, but you have a different type of hotel occupancy. Cayetano predicts the country will receive 11.4 million visitors by year end. When he says this, he is including cruise ships. So I agree. I think there's going to be like 3 million cruise wise, and I believe there's going to be 8.5 to 9 million by air. All right. And look at this, with hotel occupancy at 72% despite the low season. So that's what they're claiming, 72% during low season. So keep in mind, there are some people that say 83% occupancy throughout the year. This is very true in the DR, but what they are citing are basically hotel units. So everybody that's an investor or thinking about investing in the DR, this is the type of information that you need. And I'm very happy that PepsiCo, that's right, yes, PepsiCo Corporation, you know, Pepsi, Coke, PepsiCo is in Latin America bringing in solar generation, solar power. That's what they're trying to do out there. Now, there's a lot of headwinds against having solar for the ordinary citizens because SEPN, these guys have like a monopoly. But all I can say is I'm very happy to see that PepsiCo is actually leading the way. In the framework of World Environment Day, PepsiCo unveils a series of local solar energy initiatives in the Central America and the Caribbean. All right, win with PepsiCo positive. All right, just keep this in mind. I'll have a link down below to all of these articles, all of them, because I know this gets a lot of people excited. All right, so now let's get to just a simple number. It has made 21% progress toward their goal through a comprehensive plan to reduce fuel use and use renewable energies, which is much needed on the island. Imagine spending in a one-bedroom apartment potentially $10 per day, $300 a month. That's what it could cost or more in the DR, especially if you leave your AC running. It will cost you a hell of a lot more. It's pricey. So I'm very, very happy to see this. And with PepsiCo, a multi-international company, you got to have these type of players in play. And I love what they're doing over there. All right. And here we go. Dominican tourist ports generate over 20 million in May. Remember when I was telling you about all these cruise ports? They're up to 8 now. The latest, Cabo Rojo in the Pedernales area. They added one. This is the reason why, because any cities and communities around the cruise ports, when you have all these ships coming in with passengers, which is now up to 1.6 million this year overall, they're spending money. And that money helps generate your economy in the Dominican Republic. It helps bring additional jobs, additional businesses, additional revenue all over the place, right? You guys understand this. So once again, they generated, and this is 20,840,000 in May, with each cruise tourist spending an average of 100 to 120 per day. That's all it takes. That's all it takes, 100 to 120 per day, and they're getting 20 million. That's incredible. That's incredible. All right, so here's the ports. Amber Cove, Tano Bay and Puerto Plata, La Romana, Santa Barbara and Samana, Santo Domingo. I don't see anything. I think we're missing something here. Cabo Rojo is not in here. I know a few ships went there. So nonetheless, this is only going to get better and better for cruise ports and the Dominican Republic population. So with all that said, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments section. That would be greatly appreciated. And don't forget about our live streams Monday, Wednesday, and Friday evenings. Our chat rooms are open. Everybody can join. Everybody can share. Everybody can participate. We love to hear new ideas, new thoughts. And if you have any questions, we will take those as well. And we don't charge here, ladies and gentlemen. This is the No Guru Zone. We open up our chat room and live streams, and we have investors, business owners. We have the full gamut in the financial industries. So therefore, whatever question you ask, I may not know it, but somebody in the chat room might. And if we all don't know it, then we call up somebody that does, or if it has to do with law, then we get the attorneys. So either way, we help you, ladies and gentlemen. And with all that said, please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here. And that's why you have to get all the information from a given area. If you plan on investing in the Dominican Republic, this is the type of information that you should be seeking and beyond, just to make sure that what you are doing has a great chance of succeeding. That's the whole point. And with all that said, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.